I'm starting by cutting a square hole into the grass that's 2 spade heads long and 2 spade heads wide. Planting in a square hole helps to prevent root binding and encourages the tree's roots to grow outwards. I then divide this large square into 4 smaller squares and pop each one out. I'll need them later, so they'll just sit on the side for now. Next, I use my spade to loosen the soil, which turns out to be quite rocky and compacted in this spot. I'm removing any large rocks I find and scooping the loose soil onto a sheet of cardboard. Once I've reached the desired depth, I use a garden fork to pierce the sides and the bottom of the hole to loosen them and help improve drainage. And here's the lovely bare root apple tree I'm going to plant. I'm placing it in the hole to check it's wide enough and that the soil level is just above the top of the roots and below the graft union. You can find the graft union by looking for a healed scar and slight bulge near the base of the trunk. Here I'm using a handy trick to accommodate some of the longer roots. I cut a slit in the grass, parallel to where the root wants to go, lift it up with my spade and tuck the root in. Once I'm happy with how the roots are sitting in the hole, I start to fill it back up with a mix of compost and the soil I dug out earlier. You don't necessarily have to add compost when you plant a tree in the ground, but the soil here is very compacted and lacking organic matter, so adding compost will help to improve soil structure and provide nutrients for the tree. I'm now slicing up those squares of grass turf that I dug out earlier to continue filling the hole and bring the soil level back up to where it was. Make sure the soil you put back in is nice and loose to ensure the hole is properly filled with no big air pockets around the roots. Finally, I place the remaining grass turf upside down at the top of the hole. This stops the grass from growing around the base of the tree and adds more nutrients to the soil as the grass rots down. Again, I'm loosening the soil and pressing it in as I go. I water the tree straight after planting it, then position my sheet of cardboard at the base of the tree to act as a first mulch layer. I top that with a thick layer of wood chips, which I spread out evenly, leaving a small gap around the tree. And there it is!